Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Hi, guys. I'm Linksy.
I'm Caleb.
And this is Think Outside the Coop. And today is a special installment of TOTC as we are talking to renowned dungeon master Ethan, aka Caleb's brother.
That's right.
And we're talking to him about the creative writing process and what Dungeons and Dragons means to the people that play it. It's great.
That'd be embarrassing.
Here's our dungeon master now.
All right, we'll get right into it. We'll see you in the coop.
All right, well, good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's awesome seeing you.
You too, man. It's been too long.
It's been a while.
You look
yeah,
great.
It has. Thank you. Yeah, I like you guys' little set you got going on.
Thank you.
Is this your set?
There's a little back shelf. We got all our Funko Pops and
Yeah, it's expanding for sure.
Legos.
Yeah.
All my Lego stuff on the top. I have like all my Star Wars Legos, and I have like all my helmets. You can't really see my helmets because they're like all black. But...
I mean,
Oh yeah, I see the. Oh, are they like full size?
Yeah,
you can throw it on.
I have Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker. Yeah,
his pilot one.
the pilot helmet, and then I have
Oh,
a Stormtrooper. I've never opened up the pilot helmet though.
Fuck no, I don't want to open that.
I like opened up the box and I was like, I'm not opening that. We could just do the entire episode in the
Yeah.
Stormtrooper helmet.
There we go. Yeah.
Here, one sec. I'll be right back.
I gotta take my bun out.
Your bun's in the way?
My bun's pushing the back of my head.
I could put on my
Here, I gotta take
Leia outfit. We could do a whole Star on the 4th of May. We should do that.
Oh,
May
yeah.
the 4th. Oh no way! You have the Mandalorian.
Oh, that's sick.
Okay. Well, I don't want to put on this Darth Vader. It is like
It is a process.
It's a process. I'll just put it in front of my face like this. Let's just get a picture of us with our helmets.
I guess we'll just kind of start off by like, tell me who you are. What do you want to share?
Give us a broad feeling for who Dungeon Master Ethan is.
Who DME?
DME.
DME. Very nice.
What got you like into Dungeons and Dragons?
What got me into Dungeons? I was always interested in it. I was always the idea. My dad played, or our dad played.
Oh.
He never really got like super into it. And I kind of wanted to take that to the next level, right? And it was actually really funny. I was in high school. And I knew my current roommate. We were just kind of like acquaintances. And he needed a guy to run a campaign, and well, he approached me and said, "Hey, I got a group of guys who want to run a D&D campaign. I know you're interested in it. I know you know a little bit about it." And I tried running this D&D campaign, and it was my first ever. And let me tell you, it was probably the worst experience of my entire goddamn life.
Oh no!
What made it so bad?
I just had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
We were trying
you gotta
to
start somewhere.
Yeah, we were trying to run a an evil campaign, which is very hard to do because it's very player driven. And it's and it's always recommended that you start off with very DM driven games.
Sure.
Right.
I guess for more
way,
substance, yeah.
You have to have
and that way you
can
can have a little bit more. You could have a little bit more control, kind of over what's going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just kind of meandered, and I did whatever I wanted to, and I let them do whatever they wanted to, and it just turned into this big mess. But I was learning the whole time going through it, and I had my buddy Morgan, my roommate, helping me out, and I had all the other friends helping me out. And this was back as soon as I got out of high school, and I am still friends with, and I am still playing with those people today. The group has very much expanded, and I mean, obviously I've been doing it for 4 or 5 years now, so I've gotten better. Everybody's gotten better, and we have just this really nice group of guys and girls that are just Yeah, I get to dodge all the horror stories. If you go online and you look up D&D horror stories, they're out there, and thankfully I get to dodge most of them. I get to dodge most of them. The scheduling, the weirdos, all that, and we just get to kind of live in our own little world. Every Saturday, get together, play make believe fantasy for 12 hours, and forget about the fire going on outside, right?
Yeah.
So that's really what got me into it. It's a creative escape, right? And it's something you could take further if I wanted to, and I'm considering maybe taking it a little further, but at this point I don't really know.
I was gonna actually. We got a book full of notes actually.
He's got his notes.
Okay, now that you kind of led right into that next one, but like, I mean, like, what is going to be like the outreach? Like, where's the process going from here? If you want to kind of like take it to the next step, like, what are those next steps?
Is that like, is that like a career in it?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. It's there's several other companies. I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard of everybody's heard of Critical Role.
Yeah.
Is the big one, right? Like the giant. But there's also a YouTube called Glass Cannon Network where a bunch of guys get together and but they play like more D100 systems, Call of Cthulhu, Delta Green, games like that. Still TTRPGs, but not like D&D. D&D's a D20 system, but that's not important. You got me talking on my special interest.
That's okay. So Go ahead. This is what this is all about.
Where you would go from here, I am currently working on, or have been working on my own homebrew world for quite some time. And that's just simply a world and a pantheon and everything of my design. Obviously, there's no such thing as an original idea, right? So it's been picked and prodded and changed up from I mean, like, just all the media.
You have to in a sense because it's such like a huge world that's been expanding for years and years.
I would even go to the side of saying, like, if you
hundreds of years,
if you even pull inspiration, it kind of gives you a better understanding of what you want to make anyways, instead of trying to like isolate yourself and be like, I want something original, versus looking out, you're like, this is what I want to do, like, around this area. And
you need it to be relatable to what people know and like psychology stuff, but like the schemas we've created, they do give you like a framework of what something is, and you have expectations about that thing. So when you can condense it in a sense when people already have an idea of what that story or lore is.
Yeah, and the condensing is what I am working on doing right now. I kind of realized that, like, just like our world, it will never be done being built, right?
Yeah.
There's
the beauty of it.
More.
Oh yeah.
You can always fit more somewhere else, right?
There's no such thing as a final product
on there.
Just like even when you think about like the stories people make, all fanfic and stuff, like people are always molding things to their own like desires or understandings of the world.
Right, and my next step would be taking the best parts of my world and condensing them down into a more palatable setting, and then potentially getting that published, getting the So very similar to Caleb's book, but instead of a story, it is a almost like a field guide to how to play in this particular world.
That's awesome.
The things, the pantheon, what the gods do, how they act, the monsters I've created, the cities, the towns, the rulers, the political system. You condense that all down into, I mean, it could be however big you want.
Yeah.
And then you get that published, and then people can like, oh, we want to play in my world's name is So you have the Adventurer's Guide to
Cool.
right.
How'd you come up with that name?
I started thinking about what I wanted this world to be, the big broad strokes of what is happening here in this world. And I started thinking about, like, my gods are very active. My gods are very Greek and Roman inspired.
Sure.
So they're always messing around with the mortals. They're always choosing champions. They're always poking. They're playing this big game of faith. And they need the mortals to survive. So there are a lot of challenges and monsters out there that the gods have just kind of sprinkled around to see what's up, right? And there are evil gods who are always trying to get one up on their good and their neutral gods. And
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I love hearing the creative process behind that too.
Yeah.
And I think that's like something we really wanted to understand was like what is the creative process for you? Like how do you even begin your like creating your own world like this?
Yeah, I have another buddy who's trying to build his own world. He's using a setting, but he's taking that setting and he's tweaking it to his inner machinations.
Yeah.
And what I told him, and I guess what's a good place to start that that idea is, if you want to build a sandbox, you need the kids first.
Yeah, I like that idea. It's because you don't know what you want. You don't know what people are going to want until you just get them in there first, and it's like, okay, now what?
Yeah, you have to start somewhere, kind of thing.
And in my mind, the kids that occupy this sandbox are the gods.
Mm-hmm.
The gods and the big players, right? Your archangels, your archdevils, your gods, your goddesses, your evil gods, your good gods, your demigods, right? And so you build out your pantheon first.
Yeah.
And then the sandbox is the world.
Yeah.
And the cities, and if you go way above it all, the grains of sand are the people and the cities and the towns and the creatures.
Yeah.
And you build out your kids first, and then you fill your sandbox with what the kids want and what the kids are putting into the sandbox. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're building the world in a sense.
Exactly. They are. And I got a really good piece of advice a couple years ago. If you ask yourself why enough, you can usually find an answer.
Yeah.
And for anything, right? Why is the sky blue? Why is this city here? Why do these people do this? Okay, these people do this because they live in a harsh environment. Why do they choose to live in a harsh environment? Well, their ancestors have been here forever. Why are their ancestors here? Because they were placed here, right? This place is holy to them, and it has been holy to them for millennia. Why is it holy? Well, a god made it holy. Well, why did he do that? A piece of him, a piece of her is deep in this mountain range. And they are physically and spiritually connected to this. So you have these people living in this wasteland because their ancestors chose that it's holy, and they found out that it's holy because a piece of a god is inside this mountain range. And they're not gonna leave. And then, okay, so why is it interesting? Well, there's another group of individuals who do not have this connection, who know that there is a lot of valuable ore, a lot of valuable gems in that mountain, and they want to mine it out. They don't care.
It's unfortunate that the main Yeah, feel good about it isn't the holy, but some people are more materialistic, unfortunately.
It does.
Hey,
like
and there's your conflict.
Yeah, when you're
right.
explaining this, it like makes me think about how like our ancestors probably originally created mythology in the first place. It was like,
Yeah.
well, why does this mountain look like a foot? Oh, well, it's a giant foot mountain. It must just be a god or like an ogre
He
that
stepped
was
here one
yeah,
day, yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Like, it really, you're talking about a creative process that is probably like ancient. Like
Oh
as
yeah.
ancient
No,
as
absolutely.
consciousness.
I mean, before we understood science and how
Yeah.
everything works,
We had to make an explanation why.
Yeah.
we had to make an explanation why.
Yeah.
And the easiest explanation is there's a dude up there throwing lightning bolts around.
Yeah,
Right.
And
exactly.
if he can throw lightning bolts around, I mean, he's better than us. So I guess
Yeah.
we gotta worship him.
Yeah, I guess he's
Yeah.
a god.
You know?
Yeah, I
Exactly.
guess we gotta make sure that we
Because someone else
appease
was doing
him.
We gotta make sure he's happy, or he's gonna start throwing lightning bolts at us.
Oh yeah, oh God forbid. I think like the farther back that you go too, like as early as consciousness is, like as soon as you ask the question why, it's like you kind of create a creative aspect too behind it, where it's like how did that happen?
It probably did make him feel better just being creative and thinking about that rather than thinking about all the horrors that are going around all the time, like making sense of what's happening.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, do you feel like the creative process now kind of helps you do that, like deal with like inner conflict or maybe outer conflict?
Yeah, definitely. And it's not just the creative process of the DM, of the writer, of the world builder. It's also the creative process of my players.
Yeah, the collective
people,
in a sense.
Because at the end of the day, tabletop role playing games are a collaborative storytelling experience. I cannot do what I want to do without my players, and my players cannot do what they want to do without me, right? And you're building these characters, and you're building these superheroes, and you're building these worlds and these cities, and you can't help but put a little bit of yourself in them, right? And it's a really good, and yeah, like you were saying, it's a form of therapy. You can put a bit of yourself, a bit of yourself that you're having trouble with, that you want to delve more into, and you give that part of yourself superpowers.
Yeah, I was gonna say you almost like tap into like an inner strength that you feel like you can't tap into maybe in that.
Yeah. I would even go farther that you're tapping into like the creative aspect of being a demigod, creating your own world like that.
Yeah, and you and if you're having trouble with like, man, I don't feel strong enough to do this. Well, you can make a character who is. Right? You can make a character or a person or an idea that is smart enough to think
see
through
yourself
these problems.
in them.
Yeah.
Right. Or who is strong. And sometimes that's physical, right? If you've been sick for a while, and like you just want to feel strong again. You can create that guy that can catch a falling building and save a bunch of people, right? You can create that super genius who knows all the answers, right? And you can kind of give a piece of yourself into that, and you can also take a piece of them into you and bring it into your normal life, right? Like in reality, we're not catching buildings, we're not casting spells, right? But how cool would it be if we could, right?
Yeah, not in the physical aspect, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like you were saying, it can very well be a form of therapy, and I think a lot of people, including myself and my players and my friends, we use it as that, and then also it's a lot of fun. It's a good way to pass a Saturday.
Yeah, and
right?
you share it with like friends too, which is like like bolsters that like emotional support in your life too.
Yeah,
which can also really help like buffer from depression and stuff like that. It's really awesome.
Yeah,
It's like the best of all the worlds.
Yeah.
Creativity with your friends.
Right.
I wonder, like, with loneliness being such an issue of today's world, if more people are going to rely on games like D&D to actually get together with people.
I mean, I imagine so. I mean, like you're saying, a lot of people don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people can do is they can go down to their local game store. They can go down to their local kind of gathering place.
Yeah.
And if they can't do that, they can go online. I mean, there are so many apps and websites and things like that that allow you to run and play these types of games completely online. So even if you are not physically with those people, you can find a way, and it's a great way.
I mean, that's
great way to get connected.
It's a great tool, the internet, really, to get more connected.
Yeah.
It can be a great tool.
Yeah, it can be. Sometimes people are really up my back door, and it's like, I didn't expect that. But other times, it's like, sometimes it's where it's going to happen. We're going to run out of room. Like, this planet's only so big.
Right.
So.
Caleb doesn't, he just wants to put everything out there all at once, and people can't handle that.
Fuck no. I go too deep.
No.
And people are like, wait a minute, this guy's psychotic.
He's going crazy. I'm like...
Well, yeah. I mean, we're all a little crazy. We kind of have to be, right? I mean, I spend hours and hours and hours on end, playing fantasy in my room alone.
Yeah. So we're all a bit there.
if that's not a little crazy, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody's got a niche, anyways.
We've all done something we aren't. Like,
it's the ones who lie about it, who are like, "Oh, I'm completely normal." Those are the ones who you got to watch out for.
Oh God, yeah, they're
fucking psychotic.
Amen.
Shit.
Yeah, no, it's you really like sports, or you really like playing, you really like video games, or for me, I spend hours and hours and hours and hours writing fantasy.
Yeah.
And then I take it and I go, hey friends, look what I made.
You want something? Yeah, you create something that helps you connect with other people. I think that's awesome.
It is. It's admirable.
Yeah.
Does that expand to any like other interests? You play any other like collaborative games like?
Yeah. D&D is the big one. D&D is the one I've spent. There is probably 1,000 to 2,000 pages of books.
Wow.
Over there that are all D&D related.
Wow.
That are all rules and stat blocks and things like that. And I got a backpack full of books right there. And this computer is riddled with PDFs that I've bought online that are all D&D related. I mean, it is expensive. It is expensive and extensive. So D&D is the big one, right? But we also play. I also play Call of Cthulhu, as well.
I've heard of it.
Not nearly as much as I do D&D. I've never run it, so just a player. But it's a D100 system. So it's all instead of trying to instead of rolling a D20 and adding modifiers to get to a certain level, it is you have percentages. So the nice thing about Call of Cthulhu is you have percentages of success, and you need to roll below those. And instead of asking the DM if you succeed or you fail, you tell the DM if you succeed or you fail.
Wow. It's like a honor system in a way too.
Yeah. I mean, so is the D20. Sure. I'm not watching your rolls when you're at my table.
Yeah, roll a 4 and you're like, it's 14.
It's 18. It's 18.
You can tell the process. You're like, wait, not too high, but something reasonable. He'll live.
Have you ever had to like check someone like that?
Oh yeah. I do it too. Everybody
they don't
does
stay honest. People are. It's hard to be honest, even something simple like D&D.
Yeah, as long as you're not cheating, all the time, And and honestly, sometimes, and it goes both ways too. There are several times where I'm behind the screen, and I am just rolling like crazy, and I'm about to kill these characters, and I get another crit. I get a nat 20, and we play with crunchy crits, which is just crazy amounts of damage when you do that. And I'll roll that 20, and I'm looking at them, and they're dying, and everything's on fire, and everything's going wrong, and I go, that's a 3. Yeah, they miss. Anyway, it's your turn. Going ahead.
Just to keep it going. They'd be crushed if you're like, it was a 19. You're smoked.
Yeah,
you're
no,
cooked.
it was no. Yeah, you're smoked every time.
Chance,
Sorry.
no chance, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. So it goes both ways, and like everybody knows that you're gonna fudge a roll every once in a while.
Yeah.
But as long as it is for the good of the story, and as long as it's interesting, and as long as you're not doing it all the time, it's a game. Nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Right. But also you gotta be willing to accept that sometimes the failure is more fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that a lesson for life too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The failure is better. It's better for your story.
Yeah.
It's better for our story. Right?
Yeah.
Or the success and then that makes the success so much sweeter. Right?
Yeah.
Really
yeah, if you're succeeding all the time, like you say, you're just like crushing them. It's like,
then what's the point?
I'm too darn
I don't
good,
know if
man.
it's a Robin Williams quote. I'll have to fact check myself, but you can't enjoy happiness without pain or suffering,
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
It's a sad lesson, but like you really wouldn't enjoy the good times until you've had a failure, like you're saying.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, you can't you can't appreciate the dawn without the night, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the nice days without the storms.
There's no light without shadow.
Exactly. Yeah, but the classics, right?
The classics, what's all been said before.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Staying deep down here, but are you a hard critic on your own work? I kind of wanted to touch on that and be like, have you read or written something where you're like, this is a failure? Like, and what do you do?
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. We have a system at my table that at all of our tables we call them pros and cons. And at the end of the session, we put all this stuff away and we sit down and we talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, what I could do better, what they could do better.
Yeah.
Cool.
And healthy constructive criticism. And so we really liked this NPC, and so on, but we didn't really like this, or we didn't really like how this went down, or sometimes it's DM, I felt like I felt a little ran over. I was trying to do something cool, and whether or not you were distracted or you were too into this, and it just kind of felt like we glazed over the fact. So if we could try to do better about that next time.
Wow, so there's like an aspect of constructive criticism and communication as well. Which probably helps having a group that you all know and trust each other and feel open to probably talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That definitely helps. And then like just on a personal level, absolutely. I judge my work all the time, and I'm always changing stuff up.
Yeah.
And I'm always altering. And yeah, if it just doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. Throw it away or edit it or do whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Learn from it.
And yeah, and then we also have guidelines. We sit down at our levels at our session 0 campaigns, and we go over what we call flags. Red flags, yellow flags, green flags.
Session
red flags
0. I'm sorry, you have to light me on that.
Yeah. Session 0 is when you have all the characters done and you have the campaign in a playable state, like I said before, it's never done. You sit down and you go over like what you want to see from the campaign, what you don't want to see from the campaign. So you're not actually playing the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Like a
are
setup
preparing.
phase.
You are preparing yourself. Yeah, you're setting it up, right? You're explaining characters, and you're going over your wishes for the campaign, and you're going over what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and that kind of leads into the flags where like red, yellow, green. Red being I do not want to see this.
Sure.
This is gonna make me uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, keep it out of the
I
game.
don't think it's necessary for the story. Keep it out of the game. And like I will leave the table if I see if I see this, right? And that's totally fine. Some people don't have those. Some people have a lot of those, right?
Yeah.
And it's a collaborative storytelling game. And at the end of the day, we're all friends. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah. If you don't want to see it, I won't put it in. Right. Yellow flags are I'm gonna be uncomfortable, but like I get it. Right. I get how this can be a good story device, a good driving factor. And then and it's like I'm not gonna like it, and I'll probably bitch about it later. But I'm okay with it for now. Right.
Yeah. Or maybe not bitch. Maybe
and then
it'll
there
be
are
a
green
green
flags,
light.
which is yeah, absolutely. And then there are green flags, which like I absolutely want to see this. I want this to be a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah. So we are very open. At least my table and me, very open to both personal and constructive criticism.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and that's just like another.
Yeah, and then of course.
I'm like struck by like how much communication goes into this. Like it's not something you normally see like when you're playing video games with a friend or like whatever, or even just like in a normal friendship. Like you don't normally see that much comfort with just talking about what's important to you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that we it's something that really works, and I would recommend to if any of your listeners want to get into it by setting up a system like that, because it really does help. And it helps the DM with direction, with guidelines, and it helps the players feel heard and listened to and protected, right? Because I mean, you can go pretty deep. You can tell whatever story you want, right? And if you want it to just be slice of life, absolutely. But if you want to run a really gritty, hardcore, mean campaign, you can do that too. And we do. There are some very dark moments, and having those guidelines, having the being able to color within those is very handy to have, and it's very important. It's very important that everybody feels safe and heard.
I agree. In any instance, anywhere, to have a safe space.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, because I mean, out in the world, we can't guarantee that, but here. Yeah. In this game, at the end of the day, it is just a game. It is to escape. It is to rejuvenate yourself, right? And if you don't have that safe spot to do that, what are we doing?
Right.
Yeah. If you feel like you're going to like end up in a spot where you feel uncomfortable or not listened to, then it doesn't become fun for that one person.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's unfair to everyone, because then they're not getting that person at their full potential.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, you're here. You're giving up your Saturdays. You're giving up, like, we play for a while, like 12, 13 hours
you guys
sometimes.
play for a long. I'm like impressed when you're like, yeah, we're playing D. I'm like, you're all what? You're always playing D&D. What is happening?
Yeah, like last night I got home at like 2:30.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds like it's pretty normal for you guys.
No. We started at 11. We started at 11 a.m. and I got home at 2:30 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that is
this
commitment.
morning. So, and yeah, if you're committing to that, and you're giving up your entire Saturday to be with these people and to play fantasy for 12 hours around a table, like, you gotta be willing to listen to people.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's the only way that's gonna work. Otherwise, people are gonna leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It seems like it's a very healthy outlet for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you have any last questions for DME?
Have you thought about reaching out and like scaling your work to other people? I know you're talking about the idea of publishing. Yeah, like I think that would be good. But like as far as outreach goes, yeah, like have you thought about any sort of outlet to get more outreach? You know,
YouTube or blogs about your process.
Sure, anything.
Yeah. I have. And I feel like I would be able to do it. But I don't really know where to start. And I don't know. I try to stay away from social medias. I try to, just kind of do my own thing. But I have always wanted to. I just don't know how a lot of them work. And I don't know where that line is, and maybe it's a good thing to be talking to you guys, because you do know how it works.
I know how it works.
I do. And I'm really good at momentum.
Yeah,
and
he pushes me.
Sure.
I know how to do.
Sure.
Things.
Yeah, and yeah, no, I have been interested in potentially getting this out there, and
let us know when
and
you
just
want to.
and just sharing it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And coming up with maybe starting a YouTube,
awesome.
or a D&D TikTok, for just all of my insane ramblings.
And like you were saying earlier too, like if you don't feel like you have the strength to personally do that, then you can create a character who can do that for you. Like maybe make a character to feel good about having outreach like that.
If
you don't feel comfortable doing it. Yeah, make that person.
Yeah, there's actually research that shows that stuff like changing your identity really does help.
Yeah.
Yeah, fake it till you make it, kind of a deal. Yeah, I never really had the problem with like talking to people and getting my ideas out there. I mean, I was I acted in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been. I mean, you know me. I've always been the fantasy guy, the
lore,
the talker.
You're great at talking.
So it's really not the fact that I don't think I have the strength to do it. I just don't have the knowledge to do it, and I got to get past that. That road bump of like, if you don't have the knowledge to do something, good news, you can get that knowledge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just like you did with D&D in the first place. You figured out how you started and you fumbled around until you figured it out.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Life is so short.
Yeah, it's super short. I did realize, like, I forgot. We watched something. We watched Frankenstein last night, by the way, which is really good.
Is it like the newer Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a new one that came out? Yeah. Okay.
Super good.
Cool.
Super fucking good. But
it was really good.
But yeah, they really harped on the idea of like, he created a monster that would live forever, and it's like to have the ability to have life is like a very cherished gift. It kind of hit me deep through all the blood and all the wolves getting their necks snapped and shit. It was just like, oh wow, like it really does make me cherish life more. Everything really does. Like I kind of have more reason to be like, why not? Like, if I got this life, why wouldn't I try?
Life is so short. You don't realize that till you hit 30, and it's like, whoa, I thought 30 was like old, and now I realize I'm young.
Yeah.
There's
I'm trying to remember the lyrics, but there's a Beartooth song about that. I don't want to be on my deathbed thinking about all the things I could have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so many people say that, like, as they get older, when people ask what's your regrets, it's that they didn't have more fun, didn't do more, didn't travel more when they were healthy.
Get out there, right, and
Yeah.
do the thing.
Nobody is like, oh, I wish I wasn't so cringe. I don't think anyone has ever said that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I wish I was just better. you know?
I wish I wasn't such a loser.
Shucks.
Shucks. Dag nabbit.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so yeah, absolutely. I would be super down to get on and talk to you guys more often. And to kind of pick your brain about how to go about that. You know?
Yeah.
You could probably like take people in and like help people get like better at knowing how to be a DM or something, like more of like one-on-one like coaching.
Yeah, or I mean DM advice channels, those are big for just writers in general, right?
Yeah.
And like I'm not saying I'm anywhere near the skill of a coach, but
to somebody you might be.
Yeah, we're not nearly to the degree of like podcasting experts. Finding like low-tiered, middle-tiered podcasts, and I'm like, I'm gonna just start commenting on it. Like, I'm just gonna start getting more involved. Be like, teach us both.
Maybe we could do a video about that.
Yeah.
Here we are. What we'll do is we'll set it up. Caleb and I will be in beanbags, and you can be in a chair, and we'll sit at your feet and
I'll be
teach
the
us
preschool
more.
teacher.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ooh, a coloring page on how to network. Very cool.
Spread like little worksheets that was like all telling you how to like. What do you want your name to be? What is the vibe gonna be?
Yeah. Today we're learning on how to build a set.
Color your background.
All right, take that.
Wear a little preschool teacher outfit.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Get a live sign that's not turned on. I just noticed that.
We're live.
Yeah.
It's also not plugged in. That's why it's not turned on.
Yeah, I see.
He unplugged it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it.
You guys should get an on-air sign. You guys should get an on-air sign. I think that'd be fun.
do need like an on-air sign probably or something like that. I need to get rid of the live one.
There's one at the school too, because I'm in the booth in the like at the school. There's a radio booth that they have at the school,
station.
and they have an on-air.
Oh, cool.
It's not plugged in, but
cool. Yeah.
These damn things aren't plugged in.
Nothing's plugged in. Yeah, well, thank you for chatting with us today, Ethan. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any parting words for our listeners?
The question we wanted to ask is, if you could change the world with just one sentence, what would it be?
That's our closing question.
Yeah.
Oh, good God. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no pressure.
This is like parting words. What is one thing you want people to come away with?
If people could know you for one thing or whatever, like one thing you could say, what would it be?
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. The pressure's good. It's cringy as hell. But it's something I thought of. It's something I thought of a little while ago, and I have it right here on a sticky note on my computer.
Oh yeah, we definitely need to hear that then. If it's on a sticky note, I got sticky notes all over.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. It's down here in this pile of sticky notes. And yeah, it's. I think life is not about finding yourself. Life is about forging yourself.
Wow.
Into what you want to be. Your personality, your being is not out there waiting to be found. It is raw and is waiting to be forged.
Yeah.
And steel is worthless without heat.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, the pain.
You need to fail. You need to feel that pressure. And if you don't, then you're not growing.
That's so true. Wow. I needed to hear that, actually.
That's a good one.
I've been going through it, and the heat is on, and it is. Yeah. It's every step can you take the heat and become this new person through this difficult challenge? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like
that. That would be my words for the world. So all 100 plus listeners of you guys out there, do with that what you will.
We're manifesting. Someday tens of thousands will have seen it.
I mean, we hit 3, but yeah, that's awesome. That's really good.
Yeah. So that's what I'd say.
That's
I like that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll wave out to everybody out there from our world to yours.
You want to give them a wave? We like to wave at the end. I don't know why. It's just a thing that happens because we're weird and cringy.
So, thanks for joining us today. Inside the Coop.
Thank you. You'll be seeing me around.
Yeah, maybe someday in the flesh.
Oh yeah, in the flesh.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I can sit in the big chair right in the middle. Right. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's in the thunderstorm.
That's great. Wow, I had no idea that was holding me back for all this time. You guys could have been seeing more of us this entire time rather than just our little heads poking through.
Okay, we'll start the intro over again then.
Yeah, for sure. We'll put that in the end.
Yeah.
It'll be a little nugget for
Surprise!
You guys. Surprise!
You can change our camera.
This is the one thing that was holding us back was this camera.
It's the fucking camera. It turns out it was fine.
It was fine all along. I just don't know how to work my shit.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it is okay.